Hello class, I am Alejandro Luna and my friend
Charles Conklin, and we're here today to present about Harold King.
On the grounds of St. John's campus lies 140 years of rich military history. Cadets from the campus have served in wars from the Spanish-American War in 1898 to the War on Terror in Afghanistan. One of those remarkable cadets was Lieutenant Harold J. King. He was one of many brave Americans that made the ultimate sacrifice. In this presentation, we will walk through the pieces of his life in archives and journals to remember this remarkable man.
Little is known about Lieutenant King's early life. He was born in Manistee, Michigan, 1892 to Father Dr. James Ashel King. From there, little is known about King's life until high school.
In 1909, we pick up with Harold beginning a new part of his life when he started his sophomore year at St. John's Military Academy. The school is run by Reverend Sidney T. Smythe, a man remembered as a remarkable leader who has changed the lives of thousands of kids. His school focused on athletics, academics, military, and religion. St. John's archives did not hold the 1909 yearbook or documentation, but it is believed that they are among the many documents that burned in the first fire that destroyed Scott Johnston Hall in 1924. Based on school tradition, the records indicated participation. It is believed that in his first year, King was a performer for the Boar's Head.
One of King's final acts at school as a student was aiding in the class stone ceremony. The class stone ceremony is a big ceremony for the seniors each year. They fundraise money to buy and install a class stone so that the school forever holds their memory. Each year, the stones perform a stonemason ceremony where they place the stone in the ground. Nowadays, the ceremony is mostly performative with students playing the roles of the old process. Back in 1911, King's role on the Kemper Senior crew was stonemason number 5. We have King once again in 1917 on a draft card. He was a student working at ORTC when he filled out his draft card and threw himself into one of the world's deadliest conflicts. At the time of his registration, he was a sergeant working in the infantry out of Michigan. He spent 8 months serving in the National Guard of the Mexican border before being admitted into First Officers Training Camp at Fort Sheridan in Illinois. After commissioning as a second lieutenant, he moved about from Camp Custer to Camp Greene and then to Waco, Texas, where he joined his final unit, the 126th Infantry Division. Life with the 126th attempted to emulate what life in France would be like. They camped, starved, and worked with equipment. 126 was reported to be one of the divisions with the most advanced in its training and more completely equipped than any other division in the United States. By January 5th, the division had moved out of Texas to head towards Camp Merritt, New Jersey. In February of 1918, Harold King set sail for France. He spent over 8 months overseas fighting the enemy. Lieutenant King was a fierce soldier. He was awarded the Distinguished Service Cross for his actions near Fismes, France on August 4, 1918. King ran into terrifying machine gun fire to rescue a wounded man from his platoon. It was in clear daylight, so he was easy to spot by the enemy. He carried his wounded comrade 150 yards in full view of the enemy before stopping on request of the dying man. His actions during the advance demonstrates why he is one of America's many heroes. On October 10th, King made the ultimate sacrifice. He died to a sniper's bullet.
Welcome to the Noble Victor Memorial Chapel. It is built on St. John's ground in 1923. It is the closest and largest memorial on our campus to World War I. All of the stained glass windows are built from churches that burned down during World War I, and all of the flags that hang above are the allies that fought with us to beat Germany during World War I. It is dedicated to the soldiers such as Charles King, who gave up their lives in service for our country.
Throughout his time at St. John's, King participated in a multitude of activities. He had a passion for the arts, participating in quartet and academy band as second bass. He also participated in Glee Club, choir, swagger stick club, and a theatrical group, and the winner of the Declamation Award his junior year, given to the cadet with the best theatrical abilities. His love for the fine arts led to him being made sergeant of the band. Harold also participated in sports, as was required of all cadets. According to school records, he was a member of the baseball, basketball, and football team, but he is only listed as a member of the 4th football team as a right tackle in the 1910 issue of the yearbook.